Right, well, Gaffer, obviously lovely this afternoon. Back here on Saturday for the visitors of Crawley. How are the lads? Obviously on quite a nice bit of form at the minute.
Yeah, it's been good. We've trained up here today, which has been valuable to us because there's I think 6 or 7 new players in the last few weeks. So I think getting them familiarised with the surroundings and the ground is important. And obviously when the sun's out, it's even better. But the players have done well in recent weeks. But we need to make sure we still try to improve because there's still things that we can do better to make sure the wins are not sporadic and they're more consistent. So we're trying to work on that. And but we've been really pleased with what we've done in January. I think we've brought in some real good quality, and it'll only help results when you bring in those sort of players.
Obviously it's 8 new faces who've come in now, and today announcing Darron. What are your hopes for him, and also a word as well for Lois after heading out for Stockport this week?
Yeah, obviously Lois, it's up to a certain point I think he played the most games for us this season. He's been a brilliant servant, not only to this club but to myself as a manager coming into the club 18 months ago. He's been a fantastic pro and one of the leaders of the group in the change room, and his impact for Salford will never be diminished. But he wasn't in the team, he wasn't in the match day squad for the last couple of weeks, and I know Lois. I had a conversation with Lois last summer when we were talking about renewing his contract and taking up his option. It was his option, but he only wanted to stay if we wanted him to stay. He was prepared to walk away from that. That shows you what type of sort of man he is. He wants to play football as often as possible, and unfortunately the last few weeks he's not been involved. He had a concussion in January. It kept him out for 3 weeks or so, and other players have come into the team he's not in. So players like that have got a lot of interest from outside if they're not playing, and he's decided to take up the option of going to Stockport. And we had a good chat with him the other day when he came in to say his goodbyes, and we wish him all the best. He's been a brilliant lad to work with, and but like we said before, when players are leaving or players are coming out, it's important that we keep the numbers where they should be, and we need competition for places. And Darron Gibson coming in, he's been training with us for a little while now. Just trying to get him up to speed because he's not been with the club and he's had his issues injury wise. So we've took our time building him up fitness wise and up to a certain point, and then we had to sit down and make a decision with him really. And he signed a short-term deal to the end of the season to see if he can find his previous form and his fitness. That's the biggest thing. I think his form, his quality will be undoubted. We've seen that in training. He's got fantastic ability on the ball. He's got good experience. Obviously knows the game, but it's just making sure that we do our best to keep him fit. But it's not just about being available, it's about being a level of fitness that's good enough to play professional football. So I think it's a no-lose situation for us both. I think he's desperate to get back into football and enjoy himself again, doing what he does best, and hopefully we're going to give him the platform to do that.
As for February, a lot of games coming up quite thick and fast. Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Wednesday now with the EFL Trophy semi-final as well. But what are we expecting from Crawley on Saturday?
Yeah, I think we remember it's quite a while ago now, but I think it was the second game of the season, and they gave us a rude welcome to League Two really. After our opening day win, they deservedly beat us down there, and they were stronger than us physically all over the pitch, and it was a real tough game for us, and we'll be expecting a tough game on Saturday. They've found a bit of form, and I'm sure they're looking to get up the table, but we need to improve our home form. That's the one thing that we're striving to do. I think our away form is fantastic. It's one of the top ones in the division, but we need to start turning our home fixtures into wins if we want to make an impact on the playoffs. So the earliest point to start that is on Saturday. We've got to be ready for the challenge.
how much a back-to-back game is going to help that with Plymouth coming here as well on Tuesday.
Yeah, well, as I always say, we've got to deal with the first one first. We can't do anything to impact on Plymouth at the moment. So our full focus is on Crawley, on ourselves more than that, and we have to focus on this game 100%. We cannot take our eye off this, thinking about any other fixture. But we need to continue our recent form with wins and back-to-back wins if we can do that.